All right, here we are, the 2026 80s cruise. And I'll tell you, this cruise, I'm going to be more positive, more outgoing, and more outspoken than ever before. I'm going to be so happy, it's going to make you sick. Because some people didn't understand sarcasm. And that's why now you're going to get nothing but positivity. Oh, boy. This is the balcony. Oh! All right, so let's take a look. Balcony's very nice. You only share one wall, apparently. And let's take a look. We're here in Orlando, Florida. Or Canaveral. All right, let's take a look. That's the balcony. It's nice. You order a little room service. You order a little room service, you eat out here on the balcony. It's nice. All right, let's take a look. Beautiful art. Oh my goodness. Oh, heavens. That is the most exquisite piece of art I've ever seen. In fact, I'm going to stop and admire it. I believe it's by Darwin. I didn't know Charles Darwin was a painter, but fantastic and beautiful. And here is the bed. Oh, what a beautiful bed. All right, and then we got some beautiful t-shirts and beautiful lanyard holders. I was told that this is the way you're supposed to vlog. All right, and then over here, you see the schedule for the evening. They're going to celebrate New Year's Eve tonight. Fantastic. New Year's Eve 1980. I was there the first time. I'm sure it'll be just as much fun. Let's take a look. You know, most people make these cruise videos, and they show you every detail. I don't always do that, but maybe today I will. This is a closet. And up here, should you need it, the life vests, excuse me. If it gets to that point, I don't know. Let's hope it doesn't get to that point. But okay, closet. There's more down there. And then let's take a look. Here's the bathroom. Now, the 90s cruise, I'd like to shower better. This is what I call the Star Trek bathroom, where you get in the beam me up shower. But because I'm being nothing but positive, you know what? It's just downright fantastic. This is the most beautiful bathroom I've ever seen. I could probably just live in this bathroom for the next 8 days. Oh, what are these? Complimentary glasses? Oh my goodness. Wait a second. Salt and Breeze soap? I might even take that home and not tell anyone. Anyway, that's you watch your step. I hate that too, but that's a cruise thing. Here's a couch. For those of you who enjoy a couch. It's not just a couch. It's the most beautiful couch. See, I think I'm allergic to it, but that's okay. I think it's the most beautiful couch I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh, more artwork. This one is can't read the artist's signature, but 1,086 out of 1,200. I can't believe they sat there and painted that 1,200 times, but I'm simply marveled by it. All right, well, that's the cabin. I hope you guys are ready for nothing but positivity and happiness. You know, they do a marvelous job of making you feel like you're in the 80s, and the music and the theming, and it's just fantastic. The only thing is every now and then you find something strange. For example, the song when we were boarding the ship was David Bowie Changes. And I kind of had to think about it for a minute, but David Bowie Changes came out in 1971. So maybe they need to change that to Let's Dance. Just my opinion, but it's not going to upset me or my day because I am so happy to be here on the 80s cruise. I didn't expect to see boobs on this cruise. Doesn't anybody ever knock anymore? You know it's a good cruise when they show fast. This is the Ecto Pub, all Ghostbusters themed. And if you turn it over, you can see some of the Ghostbusters themed drinks. The Ecto Cooler Revival. You guys remember the Ecto Cooler, Egon's Experiment, the Proton Punch, Slimed Gin. When you get on these cruises, you often ask, who is the first famous person you'll see? And who is the famous person you'll see the most often? The answer is on your left, right there, DJ Kool. He was on the 90's cruise, and we saw him every 2 seconds. He makes the most of the experience, and I believe that we'll be seeing a lot of him on this cruise as well.
The emergency signal will be sounded in compliance with the International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea. No action is required of you at this time. This signal is for your awareness in the unlikely event of a real emergency. Thank you for your attention, and please stand by for the emergency signal.
Well, we didn't attend the traditional sail away party. Instead, just seeing it here from the balcony, or at least the sailing away. It's a pretty dark and dreary, hazy kind of night. So we'll see the boat take off from here. We got a lot of fun ahead. If you like things that are dark and dreary, you might be a fan of Gary Numan. Gary Numan, the first concert tonight in just about an hour. So looking forward to seeing that as day one of the 80's cruise takes off. I made the point that we're going to be seeing a lot of DJ Kool, and yet there he is again. It's funny, they're playing Poison Fallen Angel, and the young woman at the end of the video who gets off the bus, after Susie Haddon leaves, another young woman gets on a bus. This song's playing, and we've already seen her. She's the first person we saw on the boat. Funny little story. All right, we're on our way to see We're on our way to see Gary Numan, but they're playing Glass Tiger, and Sam, the keyboard player, was on my show just the other day.
Welcome to the Temple of the 80's cruise. If you want the Shankara stones and you wish for the hostages to be released, you must navigate the temple and solve the puzzles. This is your only chance. For your first challenge, locate the golden idol Corona. Tune it to perfection, and you shall summon the spirit of the lyric theater. Japanese by the Vapors. Everybody got that. Well done. Next, you must protect the fruits that provide the Uakari monkey with nourishment. Indy,
What?
you have a tiny penis. For the last challenge, the spirit of Shiva must be summoned. But you won't be able to do it alone. You'll need the voices of the 80's crew. Successfully finish the haunting lyric, and the hostages and Shankara stones are yours.
All right. You heard it. I need your help. You finish the lyric, we're going to do this thing. Let's go, number one. It's working, number two. Yes, keep going. One more, come on, everyone's here.
Where these are being done now.
Hey. Wow, welcome everybody to night one of Dazz Band.
We're happy to be back here. The year 10.
Unbelievable. I can't believe we're here, but we are here. Downtown Julie Brown, my buddy Mark Goodman.
Another year, another fun time talking
And another dildo. Welcome to the Dildo Cruise. Hey, I'm here all night, ladies and gentlemen. 2 shows. I'm so excited about this first night, as always. We're all a little extra pumped. I think it's a great lineup. I hope you dig it. It's diversified, so whatever your kink is, you're going to get it.
Right.
Well, that's why you're here, right? To have fun.
Yes.
We'll see how much of the 80s you actually remember. We'll see. If you don't remember a lot of it, you were definitely there.
Yeah, and we just make shit up. That's what we do. We just make up our own 80s party.
I'm excited. There's a lot, like you said, there's a lot of great music happening this week.
Yeah.
Really looking. Obviously, Brett Michaels. I mean, long 70. But I'm super excited. Sugar Hill, Dazz Band.
Today, yes. Dane's gonna jump on the boat. That's my goal.
We're going to have some men without their hats as well, which is going to be fun.
And the 17th. Well, you've read the script. You know who's going to be here. That's why you're here.
Right.
And we're just here to help you party and carry the 80s in your hearts.
Where did those things go? Did you put them away?
I put them away and I'm not giving you them back until we dock.
So this next gentleman that we're going to bring on
Yeah,
is,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, not easy to rewire a planet, but we did it.
Somehow, the planet is rewired now. We're
It's
good.
rewired. It's going to be
This guy,
started
you
again.
know, in England, massively successful, huge for decades. Here in the U.S., not as much, but you guys have been paying attention, so you know This gentleman has been working. He's been releasing the coolest music. He is a synth pioneer, but he has veered into jazz, into progressive music. He's done some of the coolest stuff.
And people like 9 Inch Nails want to sing songs with him as well. So that was an amazing thing that happened that long ago.
Absolutely.
So he's a pioneer, and he was one of the early MTV idols that came on the scene. So we feel like he was there with us all from the beginning.
So happy he didn't get beat up in that car.
Yeah.
And he's here for you tonight to have a good time.
Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Come on.
You guys ready for
Yeah,
the first
let's do it.
show of the first number 10 80's cruise? Are we ready to rock it?
Gary Numan!
All right, it's about to get funky in here. Dazz Band. Joystick. Ah.
That's the 80 Cruise I know right there. All right, I got one question for you. What were you doing March 5th, 1982? I'll tell you what we were doing. Barnes on bass, Chris Cahill on keyboard left, Keith Harrison on keyboard right, Raymond Calhoun on drums. My name is Bobby Harris. We are the Dazz Band. We'd like to thank you. We'd like to thank you for partying with us. We got this cruise off to a good start with y'all.
A lot of people tell me they like to see all the food on the cruise. Now, it's late, place is closing soon, but this is the breads of the world. I'm going to avoid that. You guys can read the breads and the cauliflower and the broccoli. Beetroot, that's good for your blood pressure, I'm learning. I'm showing everything, charcuterie, look at that. Here's salads. I know that other cruise vloggers are much more patient and show you every single thing and are happy about it, and I'm going to try to be happy about it. We're having some vegetable jambalaya, and steamed vegetables, and mashed potatoes, and gravy, and cheese rolls, cornbread. I like cornbread. Cheddar biscuits, white pork gravy. It's supposed to be all American night, so I guess that means fried chicken and corn dogs, corn on the cob, some meat. And then a plain pasta. I have to call it plain. Baked pasta. Alfredo sauce. Oh, grilled polenta. Did you see they have grilled polenta? I'm trying to be more positive. Vegetable curry. No curry for me ever since I was in Mexico. And oh my God. They have soup. This is the new. Excited. Lobster bisque and tomato. And then over here, the fruit station, I think. Yeah. Beautiful. Look at all that. Delicious fruit.
Sorry, there's no diabetic section right here.
Hey, there's my diabetic buddy.
Over to the left.
All right. Coleslaw. Caesar salad. Caesar dressing. You can't have Caesar salad, Caesar dressing. This is definitely not the diabetic section. Pink donuts, that's an American staple. This is pure death for me.
I'm not familiar with the American tradition of dumping caramel sauce and whipped cream all over donuts, though.
Yeah, they kind of do their own American. Okay, this is the same stuff we saw. I don't know if they know that their Girl from the Fallen Angel video is on the cruise, but we've heard this song a lot for the first day. And nah, they're not showing the video, I don't think. It'd be funny to see her. She said that she wants to be private. I asked her about interviews. She said she's been on one of the past videos, but she said she'd like to remain private. Didn't really want to talk about it. And that's okay. Sometimes I understand the need to be a private citizen as well. If you've seen my other cruise videos, we would turn here on the 7th floor and Iron Maiden would be right here. How crazy is that? They must always get this same spot. And I was thinking about what happens as my blood sugar goes low. That's the answer.
That sticker looks familiar.
Oh my goodness. Well, I guess I could write my name.
Look, they've got all your stickers.
Oh my goodness. So it's funny, every cruise I pass by the stores, we know where we are. And then Michelle noticed, there's me as the Toxic Avenger, there's me as Jason, there's me as Alice Cooper. And how cool. And they left me some diabetic treats, should I need them. What a small world. Who would have known? Someone in the piano lounge is playing the Greatest American Hero theme. Film my locations on the channel recently. That's funny. Oh, only on the 80's cruise. Just wrapped up. That's great. This is the promenade. I'm not sure where everybody's at right now, but they're going to celebrate New Year's Eve 1980. I celebrated New Year's Eve in 1980. I don't remember much about it. But I think I'd like to be here to do it again. So we're going to ring in the new year like it's 1980. This is pretty deep. I think that these are all drinks associated with the movie Cocktail, starring Tom Cruise and a very sexy Elizabeth Shue. But you tell me. I mean, I think. I don't know if I want a death spasm. Sometimes when I wake up, I feel like I have that, though. Everything ends badly. The painkiller, I've had that's too sweet, but it's good. Is this all Cocktail, the movie theme? I mean, it looks like the Cocktail logo. Oh, there's the Ropers. It's always Ropers night around here, I'll tell you that. I thought the Ropers were more 70s than 80s, but what the hell do I know? Some of these people at the bar are having a very heated political discussion. I don't think you go on cruises to have political discussions unless you're talking about the Iran-Contra affair. Shut the fuck up. You know, you go here not to talk about politics. Any side, any direction, any beliefs. You're here on a vacation and to celebrate the 80s. Try not recalling. That's what was big in the 80s. This is my jam. I had to come back and see it again. All right, we're back in the room. We call the cabin. They call this a cabin, and we saw Gary Numan twice, once and a half, and it was just so great. I mean, it doesn't age. A lot of bands I grew up listening to were fun for the moment, but it aged, not like bad wine. And but that music, "Down the Park" is my favorite Gary Numan song by far, and it's just so dark and cool, and boy, he's a character, and it was so great. And it was something different. And if I got to give the 80s Cruise first day review, I mean, how cool is that? So, you know, everyone here knows cars, of course, but I think a lot of people got turned on to how heavy and industrial it is. And then afterwards, you go see Dazz Band, and Sugar Hill Gang played earlier. I mean, there is variety here, and I'll tell you, most people are having fun. So this is the new Happy Me telling you about the cruise. Happy Me talking about some really dark Gary Numan music. We're going to the 1980 New Year's Eve party. I have a feeling it's going to be insane. These things usually are insane. All right, we're going to go listen to the announcement. It's going to be a zoo, but anyway, we heard a secret teaser that one of the names for the next cruise is going to be Bob Geldof. If that's true, it's insane. Now, Bob Geldof would be massive, but some of the other names I've heard, Loverboy, seen it. Night Ranger, not interested at all, seen it. DMC, maybe if you had Ron, but Bob Geldof is pretty crazy though. Anyway, this is the 1980 New Year's Eve party, and we're getting ready to hear the big announcements.
This is your cruise director, JT, coming to you live from the 80s Cruise Promenade. For those of you in Alan Hunter's karaoke party, I hope you're having a great time. And hello to those of you in Studio B. We are officially in the last hour of 1979. And to kick off this party, we are going to now show you the full lineup for the 80s Cruise 2027. So take a look at who we're going to be partying with next year. Here we go.
Should have done it one at a time.
We're gonna watch this.
They show you probably sector. That was pulling a fast one. I love Slim Jim, but pull it, boys. I thought a silence was falling over this phone. Oz Fox won't be here. That's the craziest one. I don't like Mondays. DJ Jazzy Jeff.
This
Everybody's working for the weekend. By the way, not all those people are in this band. Oh, Dr. Khan, I'm gonna forget. Nobody's working for the weekend. All right, they're playing all 70s music. I couldn't figure it out why. It's because the theme is, it is 1979, and we're counting down to New Year's Eve, 1980. So that is why, here's some ropers. So that is why we're hearing all music from the 70s. I would say that the ropers from the 70s also, but all right, so everybody's reeling and shaking from the announcement of next year's lineup and getting ready to count down to 1980s. All right, this is the 1979 party still. Now one more hour in the 70s, and then the 80s. This guy has to hold the balloon for another hour. It's a long time to sit there holding balloons. About a month ago, we heard this same song, and it was called Can't Touch This. That was the 90s cruise. Here we are at the 80s cruise, and suddenly it's Super Freak, the original. We're getting ready for New Year's. This is my jam. I gotta tell you, it's funny to see all the people coming out of their cabins and waking up for the big 1980 New Year's Eve. And then you also see another group of people who just couldn't make it, they're going to bed. So remember, it's 1979. Use your imagination. We're getting ready to ring in 1980. And to do it, it's going to have to rain men. Hallelujah. All right, who watching knows who wrote this song? Pause the video, say in the comments, don't Google it. But this song was written by a very famous TV legend. He's still holding the balloons. Right, Cyrus. And for those of you wondering, the song was written by Paul Schaefer of Late Night with David Letterman, Late Show with David Letterman, and Spinal Tap. 10 minutes left in 1979. Getting ready for the 80s, and that means E.T. John, we're moving on up.
What's up?
We're moving on up.
We're moving up somewhere.
It's almost 1980.
I know, right?
Now, what is going to be the last song in the 70s and the first song of the 80s? I feel like Video Killed the Radio Star. Whether it came out in 80 or not would be a good choice.
I need everybody to look up there at the big screen TV, 1979, New York City. Let's go.
I was there.
Everybody start making noise.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
Make some noise for yourself. Come on. Welcome to the 80s. Come on now.
There is a mass exodus of people to go back to their cabins and go to sleep because they stayed up for New Year's Eve. All right, let's see what we got in here. Top Gun, When Harry Met Sally, Katz's Deli, and Footloose. Nice choice of 80s movies. All right, tonight's late night movie, Under the Stars, is Airplane. I think Titanic would have been funnier, but now traditionally I don't see anyone watching the movies, but maybe today they are. It sounds like the end credits. Yeah. A few people watched. Not many. The automatic pilot. Wednesday has an automatic pilot. Yeah. Well, apparently I picked a bad day to stop sniffing glue. It's just there's no real way to watch it. This bullshit's in the way, and so it would be hard to watch. At least it's loud and clear. Or maybe you watch it from upstairs out. They are showing Vacation one night, and I think I'm going to watch it from the hot tub. Do you think when they show Vacation, I should go up there and lay it in the recliner in my members only jacket? I thought I'd give a little recap of the first night. Right here in front of the New Year's Eve 1980 sign. And I think I made it through this entire video without actually appearing on camera. Maybe tomorrow I'll change that, but I gotta say thank you to how many people came over and said hello to me and Michelle and said they watch the show and they enjoy it. And I really wasn't expecting as much as there was, but thank you. It means a lot to me. Anyway, they said they were gonna show Fast Times right now, but the schedule's been a little off. Who knows? But it's been great. We saw the great Gary Numan. Saw him twice, it was so good. And then we saw Dazz Band, which is also a lot of fun. We let it whip. And it's fun. We're taking it in. Everywhere you walk, there's 80s fun. And so far,
You know that you don't have to take your clothes off to have a good time on the 80s cruise, but it doesn't hurt either. And if you do, could you tell me when and where?
Alan Hunter's making humorous announcements. Anyway, we're here. I don't think Fast Times is going to start, but we're having fun on the cruise. First day, it might be the best one yet. Name any of the people or all the people on this Teen Beat magazine.
Oh my god. Is that Rob Lowe on the bottom?
October 1903, Rob Lowe on the bottom.
Oh, it's Emilio Estevez.
Emilio Estevez. All right, come on. Most important.
I don't know who that is.
Most important one. Oh, Mercy.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to have to learn the Brat Pack. Emilio Estevez, Matt Dillon, Ralph Macchio, the Karate Kid.
That's Matt Dillon?
Yeah.
Wow.
C. Thomas Howell, Soul Man, Wednesday.
Oh, I only know what he looks like now.
And Rob Lowe. You got
Rob Lowe.
it. We have a lot more stuff to do. You want to try this one?
It's Ralph Macchio again.
Yeah. They all say it.
That's Don Johnson. Oh, it says, yeah. These all say who they are.
John Taylor. All right. We'll come back to tomorrow for another round. I like when the people put on the doors the people that are going to be here. I like this OMD 1983, OMD 2025-ish. I need that guide because I don't think I would know what they look like. Here's Quiet Riot. This is a funny one. They did it right, 1983, and then 2025. And that is what you're going to see. One carryover. Round and round. This is... And then go back. All right, it's almost 1 a.m. And let's take a look what's on the old boob tube. Here's the event schedule. That's always nice. You can keep an eye on what's happening tomorrow. And let's see. They usually have some fun 80s movies. Well, there's the front of the boat. Can't really see much there, but... All right, that's where we are. Fantastic. I feel like we've seen this a lot. Falmouth, Jamaica. This will be the first time we've been to Falmouth. Some of you call it Falmouth, but Falmouth, that's your problem. Okay. Oh, I forgot it was supposed to be nicer on this one. This is just a music channel. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. It's a good choice. To be honest with you, I don't know if I've ever sat through all of Bill and Ted in its entirety. Probably sacrilege, right? All right, what do we got next? This is Ghostbusters. Yeah, Ghostbusters is a perfect 80s movie. I should be able to identify this, maybe? I don't know. Or is this some kind of sea life experiment? Is this like a test? Okay. Now the BBC News. There's Keith Lee, a food critic, social media star. He also looks a little bit...
I follow him on TikTok.
You follow this guy?
Yeah.
He looks, if he had a Washington Nationals hat on, he could be a young DJ Cool. This is probably a channel about things they can sell you on the cruise. Here's more things that they can sell you on the cruise. I'm not sure, but I'm guessing it's bullshit they can sell you on the cruise. Not sure. Okay, what do we got here? We got a movie. It's not an 80s movie, but this, then again, I don't know. What is this? More? Oh, okay, this is one of these modern cartoons.
Bob's Burgers?
What?
Bob's Burgers?
Bob's Burgers, maybe, yeah. I believe you. I don't know what that is.
That's the Hanging Chilies channel?
The Hanging Chilies channel. It's very popular. That and the How to Make Cheese channel. All right. Could this be Stripes? Well, of course it's Stripes. Good one. The Soothing Rapids. Basketball. Tennis. Don't know. Oh, beautiful view of the boat. All right, that was New Order. Let's see if this is a 120-minute. What is this?
Hour.
Is this New Hour or New Order Hour? Blue Monday. Very strange. I've never seen this video either. I don't think. And the West End Girls, yeah. Now, when are they going to be on the cruise?
Still waiting.
Right. That's a big one. What's next? Oh, nope. Did you see what it was? It was a Sleepy Brett Michaels.
Oh my god.
I never liked that song. And I liked Poison. Didn't like that song. Wake Me Up Before You Go Go.
Before you go, go.
Let's see what else we got. Beastie Boys. Full review.
Ooh, yes, don't go.
Wow. I feel like there's more music channels on this time in general.
There were only 2 last time.
Yeah, there's Africa Bambaataa.
Oh.
Rock the Planet Rock. When I was a kid, the kids in school would all bang on the desk with their fists. I went to a predominantly African-American school, but they would rock the Planet Rock. That was the biggest thing in the 80s. You bang it on the desk. Boom, 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 boom. White people didn't have enough rhythm, but my friends could all do it. Some kind of storm out here, maybe.
Ooh, that's wet.
We're investigating. Oh, look at that. Whew. I'm fearful that the tiny ship might be tossed. If not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost. I'm not sure you're going to be able to hear this edition of It's Not Right, but in the bathroom at 3 a.m., I can hear loud rock and roll music. I mean, that's a little crazy, right? It's 3 in the morning. What if I wanted to cool down in this shower that apparently has a strange epoxy resin holding it together, but I mean, this is not right. It's not right at all. You hear it, right? It's not just me. 3 in the morning. Sometimes I like to lay on the floor. Don't judge. I do what I want. But anyway, I'm laying on the floor, and I can hear the bass through the carpet. I mean, that's not right, is it? If you guys were laying on the floor like this, You would want to hear the bass at 3 a.m. Although as bad as the bass through the carpet is at 3 a.m., the guitar solo in the shower was worse. You know, I came in here in the bathroom 3:50 in the morning to pee, as I sometimes do at 3:50 in the morning. And I noticed the music is still coming out of the shower. You hear this? It's definitely not right. It's not right. I mean, I think it's coming from the hallways, but I don't want it in my shower. It's not right.